Hello. Welcome to tonight's stream. Now, I've never been good at these starts. We're back and playing on Agnes Leto. Now, normally at the start of my streams, I don't have many people here. What I'm going to quickly do is crack out those socials. And I need to make sure my Twitter is set to the right account, and it's not. I need to show this. Give me one sec. Alright, here we go. We got the Twitters. I don't know exactly how this works, but go like this. I'm on the wrong scene. There we go. There we go. We got to go here. The goose. German pirate player. And yeah, turns out he's cracked the code on how to get into the comm array quickly and easily to turn it off and then get the hell out of Dodge. Which is actually quite smart. I didn't actually think you could fit a dragonfly in there, but apparently you can. Alrighty then. Get on the Twitter. Alright, cracking on origins and stuff. Tonight's not going to be a very long stream. Start a new job tomorrow. With an early start, so I'm going to be up for that. So yeah, pretty much going to be... I think this is only going to go for a couple of hours at most. Pretty much my entire streaming schedule is going to get thrown out the window, so... once I'm able to establish a routine, I'll be able to... Hey, Soriel! Just talking about my new job, and possibly the stream getting thrown all out of whack. Bert Macklin, the dragonfly trick. Thank you! It's actually a bit of a cakewalk getting this one. This one's like completely different to what I used to do. Like, I used to do software development. Now I'm doing grocery delivery driving, which, depending on the day and time I'm working at, pays more than what I was getting as a software developer. But yeah, it's a job that I had done before in the past, so it's a lot easier for me to get it this time. That said though, I've been sitting around on my ass for nearly 2 years since I last worked that job, so I'm pretty sure it's going to kick my ass in the fitness department for a couple of weeks before before I'm really fully into the swing of things with it, but it's a pretty easy job in terms of routine and system, so I'm kind of excited. I didn't mind doing it. But yeah, that dragonfly trick, I didn't actually think of it. To be honest, like, I was quite impressed with what Dagu had done, or Dagu's. And yeah, like, it's definitely a method to consider, but for us it's once again another vehicle that we have to take with us. But it makes sense that you would actually do it that way. Sorry, get the porn star. Did you get the porn star job then? No, no. Alright, I need to make sure I'm on the right chat here because I'm not seeing all of them. Alright, there we go. So many stairs. Oh, where? Your job is a lot more physical too now, or is it just going to the office is just a physical endeavor? Oh, nice! I still got these ships that I rented like a week ago. So literally I rented these a week ago. Alright, what are we gonna take? Well, the goal was to sell things, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, servers have actually been like pretty light on people. Thick carbs, I think he's gonna have a lot of thick. Hello, Anta. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I know that feeling. I mean, for the last week I've started walking, going for a walk for a few kilometers. And just, like, walking up a small hill has been killing me. Just sitting there and I'm like, oh god, what did I do to myself? But I'll get over it. I'll get used to it. Just keep smashing caffeine into my face until I'm able to handle it. Alright, what I want to do is I want to check what gear I've got on me. And I've got like next to nothing. Do I actually have anything here? Alright, I do. Got quite a bit here. Oh, that's right, I bought a whole heap of stuff to sell here. I don't think many people are interested in buying. So there is a test that I wanted to do. I don't know if you guys remember, but last week we left a 1SCU box and a whole bunch of armor pieces in their box form on the back of my Nomad. So we're going to go have a look and see if it's still there. Now, something that I don't know if you guys are aware of, but we've had issues with 1SCU boxes persisting. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't, so we're going to see if the stuff is here. Alright. I see boxes. Hello, Baron! Hey! Alright, so the 1SCU box is gone. But all the other boxes are still here. Alright, well... just gonna grab that. This is the most frustrating way of storing stuff. Yeah, no, it's kind of annoying that the 1SCU box didn't persist. But the thing is like, I did a server test before I logged off for that stream. And, you know, I left server, changed regions, jumped on another server, and it was still there on the back of the ship. So it may be just something that disappears after a period of time. Yeah, I don't understand why the 1SU box isn't still here. Like, it doesn't make sense. No, these were all next to the 1SU box. They weren't in it. There was actually, in this corner here that I'm standing in, there was a 1SU box there. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, but because that's what I'm trying to do. But I was trying to sell tractor beams last week with attachments at Grim Hex, but somebody was like, "Oh, you could get those from Grim Hex, the refineries. They're all on the ground everywhere." So anyway, I'd heard about that bug, and I went around. I went looking for them. And I tried going to stations where I was going to be the first person there. And I'll tell you now that it's either you got to be on like servers that are almost dying, or CIG fixed it, because I could not find any anywhere. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just gonna store all this stuff. I'm gonna I'll probably just take the, might take the Carrack out with me. Throw a bunch of stuff in the Carrack. And what I want to do is I want to grab that, that new Herson armor. I'm gonna grab that new Herson armor that they've put in. Get it from the bunker guards. I don't want to buy it. And see if I can find people to sell it to. Yeah, I wish the store option would work. It'd be like store local, and then, you know, store vehicle, and be contextualized based on the location you're at. So what do you guys think of the Odyssey? The new Miss Explorer ship. I know in Mongol Squad comms there was a ton of chatter about it. I didn't really catch up with it because bloody, what was it? There was like 300 plus messages. Most of it about the Odyssey. Pledge store gameplay. It's actually that's actually a pretty good idea. Sorry, like stashing gear at the outposts. You're due a good idea. Well, you know, like, you did leave it long enough in the year to get to this point. It was bound to happen, right? I gotta say, like, the Odyssey was just, like, when I saw the Odyssey, all I thought was feature creep. Feature creep, power creep, what do you know, they've essentially gone, alright, let's take the Carrack and make it better. That said though, the Carrack is missing a lot of its features. And from my understanding, like, the Carrack's got drones and modular cargo bays. So we'll be able to change modules out on it. What those modules are, CIG hasn't even hinted at, whereas the Odyssey comes across as a more complete ship. Well, mining, refining its own quantum fuel. So, you know, it can't stay out forever because it's gotta rely on, what's it called? It needs to be able to rely on, like, resupply for foodstuffs and stuff like that, unless you plan on living off the land. But yeah, it's like, you know, power creep for sure. And it doesn't really talk about the capabilities that it has for exploration. Well, that's what you'd think, like it'd go up in value. It may not. Can't protect its sides, yeah. I'm interested to know how many Carracks got melted for that. Hey, DK Slong. Dark Slong. Well, it comes down to, you know, like, what have they got that's valuable on board? Because I look at that ship and it's like, alright, that's a cool ship for exploration, but what are you actually going to do with it? It's self-sufficient, that's great, but, like, is your exploration gameplay going to involve you going and taking stuff? Like, I want to know what they, like, what they're expecting players to do in it to, you know, go away. Like, it doesn't talk about having an advanced scanner suite or anything like that that I saw. That's just it. Like, you've got cargo space there that's supposed to be for your supplies, but, like, you can't go out with a full cargo if you also plan on, like, you know, finding things. I'm interested to see how it goes. I personally think it's like got way too much power, like power creep for sure. In terms of like self-sufficiency, like that thing is like, it's designed to just stay out there forever on its own without any sort of like help. Your main limiting factor is actually going to be the supplies that you take with you, your food supplies. Well, apparently the hangar can fit a saber in it. That's what I read somewhere. And if that ends up being the case, that's true, then it's a pretty, like, a pretty, what's it called, potent bit of kit. I'm just gonna set myself up with a couple extra suits. Just in case. 2 chests, 2 undersuits, 2 legs, 2 arms. I need helmets. So somebody's already done the Argo test with it and seen how many Argos you can shove into it. I think it was like 8. It's a pretty beefy ship. Alright. I think I've got enough here to work with. Medical pen. How many do I have? I've got 2. Yeah, I should be fine with that. Famous last word. I got better things to do, Soriel. I'd need to spend some time looking up some guides to work out which mining head I need, which attachments I need. Because I just want to go straight for Quantanium, not mess around with anything else. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the Herson bunker. I'm going to pick up the criminal bunker missions with the intent of killing all the security there and taking their gear. free the less inert modules. To be honest, if I was going to do any sort of mining, I'd be just kicking around in a rock. Yeah, that's when I'd prefer to hit it, is when it's like on its way back. But once again, like, if they're smart about using it, they just keep it out all the time. They wouldn't bother bringing it back. They just send ships out to it to resupply it, grab the stuff from it, and then come back in. Yeah, it can mine. It can mine. It's supposed to be able to mine Quantanium. Yeah. I haven't had a lot of crasher desktops there, DK. Rocks are evil right now, even collecting by the laser is balked. I've actually, like, I know the issue that you're talking about for collection, but I haven't really had that much issues with the rock. In fact, I think the main issue that I had with it was the coolers died on it. The coolers wore out eventually. I used a rock for that long that the coolers wore out. And I couldn't fix it, couldn't move it, couldn't do anything to it. So I had to ditch it. It was frustrating because I just found 9 had 9 nodes. Yeah, I'd only managed to mine 1, and then I just looked at it and like, oh, find another 9 later. Still haven't found another 9 yet since then. Well, that's just it, like, when you're doing extraction, you just click the button once and just let it go. There's been a few times where I've noticed like the rocks keep swirling after a couple of minutes. I just retract the mining laser and then deploy it again, and then I go, you know, drive around hoovering up all the gems that flew off everywhere. But yeah, like I haven't really had that many issues with the rock. It's just annoyances really, like the whole, what's it called, the gems, having to move them one by one. That's fucking annoying. I don't understand why CRG's left it like that. And what makes it worse is when you're moving them one by one. Like I've done this before where I've moved 100 and then I've gone, oh shit, I should have checked to see how much I moved. Like, I close my inventory, I open back up, and there's only 20 sitting there of the 100 that I moved before. Like, it seems like sometimes there's desync between your client and the server when it comes to moving things around inventories. So your client's telling, yeah, it's all going into the new inventory that you want it to go to. And then the server goes, no, it didn't. Which is why whenever I'm moving stuff from one inventory to another, if I'm moving a lot, you may actually see me close the inventory, open it back up to verify that all the stuff moved. And I'll do that a few times. Oh my god, did we put... This thing's got like a really slow default quantum drive, doesn't it? But yeah, like... I just looked at what they did with the Odyssey, I'm like, there's a fair bit of feature creep on that ship. But, you know, like... There may be things that are offset by the Carrack when it gets its cargo module components. I have no idea, it's a stock one. Pretty sure it's this one. This trip is 9 minutes and 25 seconds, by the way. Couldn't bear the weight, yeah. It's a size 3. The thing about this quantum drive though, it's really good on fuel efficiency. So when I get there I would have used hardly any fuel. It's just really slow. There's some drama in chat I didn't even notice. I don't think I've ever been, I don't think I've ever been scared of the fuel bugs. Oh my god, this is taking so long. Spontaneous warlock combustion. Oh, we're getting refueling next patch, aren't we? 316, getting refueling. Alright. Mission time! This is a problem. Oh wait, didn't Mario tell me that there was a whole bunch of things I need to do? But it didn't help me at all. To be honest, I think we'll be going for the most fuel efficient quantum drives. Like, that'll be the first thing. Oh, here you go, what's this? Right, that's what I want. Sherman. Yeah, like, I barely used any fuel jumping. Just traded time for it. You can. I just want the mission just so that I get the credits. Oh my god, jump. Most of these missions will have some NPCs there.
Quantum drive is now off.
Haven't broken through the cloud layer yet.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm gonna be able to get out. Yeah. I destroy the turret though. Now I can already hear him fighting. These guys are gonna finish each other off before I get there. Yeah, I do. Shit. They've already killed 4 of them for me. What? Ah, I forgot to bring a backpack. Oh. Hey, that guy just did a slide up the stairs. Oh, shit, I'm glad I missed that. They're doing slides. Why can they do slides? Alright, they must all be upstairs. There's one. Another one to the left just here. Oh no, he's already dead. Oh shit! Fucking hell! Alright, I need to grab a gap from one of these guys. I wanted to grab that, but okay. For fuck's sake. These guards have actually been taking the fight to the criminals. Actually quite impressed. This is... I bet you... This is one of those missions where there's one stuck somewhere. Be like in one of those rooms there. Oh, fuck this. I'm here after the security guard armor anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. I want to drop this thing and throw it away. Thank you. Another corner. Single. Ooh. Of course. Alright. It's still part of the loot here. Hey, it's Jack. What's going on, man? Yeah, nothing I want there. Maybe I just need to go to the bunker. Go to Hurston security bunker and find it there. See if I can find any Wakana armor. Yeah, I don't want any of that. Yeah, that's what I was hoping to pick up, Hobo. Yeah, heard about that. Hannah's already uploaded a video of it. Yeah. Yeah, Jack, that's Hannah's YouTube channel. Actually, I haven't watched it yet myself. I actually want that. Let me have it. Yeah, let's just move on from this one. I'm a bit disappointed those Kanas are floating in the air. That's a ×3 holo. Alright, have that one. Alright, let's not. I'm actually surprised with the amount of Kanas that I've spotted so far. Come on, should be able to grab the magazine out of it. Oh, bugger it. Let's carry it. It won't zoom in any further. Oh, wait, I just had it. There. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Alright. Oh. No. Wonder how common that's going to be. Like, you go and do these missions and then you essentially throwing kit away because you just don't need it, so you just leave it. Like, even trying to sell stuff, I feel like a lot of players would just end up not bothering. If someone was going to be smart and pirate me, hiding around here. Until selling kit. Yeah, even then though, like, I don't know how much how much time I'm really gonna spend trying to collect all that gear. I could just be cracking out missions. Hey, what's going on? Ace. More free stuff. Yeah. Well, I know it's their intent that you're going to be able to stow away, so it doesn't matter. CIG pulling their finger out and just working on the feature. So I'm going to go lay down in the med bed for a sec. a lot of hard work. I've literally done one bunker mission and that's it. Alright, let's before I take off from here, we'll see if I can find the other bunker missions that are the criminal ones. Well, you know, it's not my fault the NPCs did most of the work. Vaughn just isn't interested in doing this. Alright, fuck it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to the security bunker. Just gonna find the guard there and slot him. Take his armor. Late stream again.
Landing gear
No.
raised.
No, I'm actually on time. I'm an hour in. Although, I'm not going to be streaming as long as I normally would on a Sunday. Well, they haven't even added all those, like, signature system in for armors and stuff yet, because it's, like, even armors are supposed to have EM, IR, and cross-section. Actually, I'm not sure about the cross-section. But they do, like, talk about the direction. I can't remember where, though. No EM and IR was supposed to be a thing. Noise, that's the one. Noise, yeah, sound. So much sound armor makes. Ugh, it's like destiny is calling. First one I look at. Painting walls. I'm going to tell you right now, Ace, painting walls is probably a lot more productive than what I'm doing right now. Especially considering you've done a whole bunch of renovations to your house. Oh my god, not this fucking bug. You know what, I'm going to try and go to 14. Piracy was watching grass grow. Or paint dry. Well, there are the exciting moments for piracy. The problem is though, is like those are far and few between nowadays. Okay. Where's the orbital marker? Come on, I just want a fucking orbital marker. That looks like that. The Comaray, alright. I think that, yeah, that's probably a closer analogy for piracy. Piracy is like opening up Pokemon cards. Yeah, that too. Like you gotta be able to play, or you know, be able to socialize with those who you're playing with. Like, what was it? The boarding team used to play Scribble.io. They just open up another screen, start playing that. Two more weeks. 2 more weeks and Ace pretty much has a new house.
Quantum drive is now off.
So, might as well, there's 9 of yous watching right now, so I might as well put this out there while I've got a sizable presence here of people who like to watch the channel. But with my new job, streaming's going to become a lot more sporadic, and I'll probably end up cutting down to 3 days. Depends on how things are going. With the Christmas period, I'm going to be pretty busy, so it's quite possible that a lot of the time that I get outside of work will be dedicated not only to family but Mongol Squad. So, but what I wanted to know from the crowd is, I'm trying to think of the best way of phrasing this. One of the things that we were looking at doing with Mongol Squad was at the Mongol Bulletin, and we kind of just picked that into touch because of the amount of time, effort, and, that we needed to put into it with some of the segments. Yeah, Kingy, it's a new job season. Where the am I over the bunker? I'm in the restricted area, so I'm probably over the top of it right now. What was the question? I don't actually think I finished my thought with what I was actually going to say. I was trying to think of the best way to rephrase it, and realize that I'm probably right next to this bunker that I'm looking for right now. So, I guess the question is like, I was considering doing a segment similar to what I was doing with the Mongol Bulletin on the Mongol Squad channel, except doing it on my personal one. So it wouldn't be a Mongol Bulletin type thing. Saw a squirrel, yeah. Apparently I was a lot closer to the ground than I realised as well. I'm trying to find this bunker that I was supposed to be... There it is. Oh yeah, it's only kilometers away. But doing something along those lines, so I don't know. Shooting at me. Should be able to kill this before it gets me. Should. It'll be about 20% right now. Get in the chair. Probably about 15. Oh no, it's still blue. 16, I was pretty close. Yeah, doing a segment similar. The Mongol Court. Mongol Courts take a lot more effort to get up and going. So yeah, a segment that's similar to what I was doing with the Mongol Bulletin. Focused on piracy stuff. It probably won't have the weekly goings on. That was Dobbs' thing. But the intent is that playing back. Nah. This is my solo stream, so I'm not really doing piracy in it. Plus, for the whole week, most of the servers have been like between 20 to 30, between 20 and 40 people. This is actually lower than what I'm normally seeing throughout the week. More personal content? Yeah. More generic to Star Citizen. Still slightly orientated towards piracy, so I'd probably end up doing reviews on piracy content. Get people to send in videos and do reactions to those. And then also that's kind of the other thing is like, I know one of the popular things that a lot of you guys like me doing is essentially going onto the Spectrum and just ragging on people there. So I might end up doing that as well. And turn it into a more structured thing. Also, like, talking about certain topics and how they relate to piracy, you know, like the Odyssey, how it's just come out. Essentially doing, you know, a pirate's review on the Odyssey. So, how does that work? Where does it fit? How useful is it for piracy? How much of a juicy target is it for us? But I prefer to do it live, and then essentially later on go through, chunk it up into segments, and then upload them as individual segments. Server counts have been really low this patch. I wonder if they've spun up too many servers. I think they've actually spun up more servers, not on purpose. Oh yes, thank you. Should be dead already? Jesus. Shit, I didn't reload. Can we choose a magazine with bullets in it? Try that one. That one's probably way more useful to us right now. Oh, triple helix. How's it going, man? I did get your email. I still got to reply to you, mate. Alright, I'm just gonna grab this guy and go. Fuck out of dodge. There's only one of these guys, isn't there? Is there more? Are there any more of those guys with the red arm? One per bunker? Alright, I'm getting the fuck out of here then. Oh, he's got a bunch of Demeco batteries. Alright. Range on EMPs actually hasn't really changed. What they've done is they've removed the minimum distance that it's effective at. So obviously there used to be, in 3.14 there was a minimum distance that you had to be at to be able to shut ships down. They removed that. So you can disable ships from further away, but you still have to be within the effective range of the EMP. The problem with the Hawk is it's its EMP is too weak. Like, it's okay against fighters. But like, against ships for, like, you're going after as a pirate, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot trying to use it. Where the fuck did I put that body? There you are. Are you fucking serious? Rage rant, yeah. I've been pretty good on those. Well, distortion, like direct distortion damage has actually been made more viable this patch, and to be honest, like, if you actually have the enough ships kitted out with direct distortion damage, you can actually forego using EMP. But you need a lot more people to pull it off. It's possible, but you do need more people. I haven't had issues with NPCs clicking. If it falls out, then I'll just have to get another one. Gift an LTI Hawk yesterday. Nice. Good LTI token. But, yeah, like, I'm a bit disappointed with the Hawk, and to be honest, I don't know what CIG's really gonna do with that. Do with the Hawk, because it's just... I wouldn't even say it's that great to use against other fighters. Because if you were taking that thing up against like a Gladius, for example, you're just going to get hammered. Like you'd really... What was it? Like you'd need to take it against NPCs really. I guess it would be a good PvE bounty hunting ship. I'm just going to take myself out of comm array range so that I can strip the body. I don't know, like, I'm always the type of person that I'll play the game that's in front of me, so if this is the way that EMP works, and this is just the way that it works, and we just need to focus on improving our skills to be able to deal with the mechanics that we got. But, like, I always looked at EMP itself is actually potent when it's used correctly. But the problem with using EMP correctly is that it requires a higher level of coordination, and you need multiple people to do it. So for myself personally, when I'm, you know, like, when we were learning how to use EMP and we, you know, like focused on getting, you know, proficient at using EMP, it was a situation where we were like, alright, well, you know, this is the way that it is, so this is just the way we're gonna have to, you know, make it work. It's a beam undersuit. I've never seen that one before. Interesting. Alright, so I should be able to just grab that right over here. Yep. I didn't like that. Alright, let's grab that. Oh man. The Alt F4s are getting ridiculous. Like, they really are. I'm honestly thinking about making a compilation of, like, piracy hits that we've done, where we've actually had the person Alt F4 before we can complete the hit. Like, we had a rock miner do it yesterday. Yeah. Another one. I'll take the elevator up. It doesn't use the same tech as, what's it called? Doesn't use the same tech as 30k recovery. But what it does is it removes you and everything that you have on that server. So nobody can loot your body, nobody can destroy and loot your vehicle, everything goes. Like, pretty much our hits when we go to do them now, we have to be already on the target's vehicle when we initiate. It's being reported to CIG, they're just not doing anything. Oh, everybody's doing it. Nearly everyone's doing it. We don't, but you know, people. Actually, the only time we do it is when we're falling through a planet. Thing is that CIG's only like, what is it? A few weeks away from 316 going into PTU. So they may already have a fix for it, but there's no point putting it in. Just make us wait until the next patch. Like, it sucks for us, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah, it's primarily for them just to, you know, give us a middle finger, really. Why are they not giving me missions? Just accept one and see if anything else pops up. Yeah, like, I don't know. The mentality of some people is pretty immature when it comes to this game, but this for the, like, it's not unique to Star Citizen though, you know? Some people out there are just sore losers. But the other side of it is like, we don't actually know how many times it's an Alt F4 if somebody's genuinely crashed the desktop. Because that may have actually happened as well. But we just have to assume that they've Alt F4'd as opposed to crash the desktop. Alright, Helix. I'll send you an email. I'll send you a response sometime this week, mate. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a player. And they're in an iron. Should I demoralize this guy? I'm just gonna go to max speed. I'll try to ram him. The funny thing is that I can fly faster than the Ion, so I'm just gonna fly as fast as I can away from him. See how long he commits. Is it character is 1236? Yeah. Yeah, it is Baron. It really is. Alright. The same speed on the Polaris. Honestly, I don't think they'll do that. I hope they nerf the Carrack speed. Web stasis. Why am I not stopping?
All systems offline. Andrew Aerospace. All systems online.
Yeah, that is something that they do need in this game. Like something to slow you down properly. Well, I'm not really going to get an opportunity to, what's it called? Drop off that, or go for another armor set while being hunted by a bounty hunter, so I'm going to bail from this spot. Make my way back to Grimhex, drop all the gear off. And probably get ready to call up for the stream, because I need to jump off in 20 minutes. And it's going to take me 10 minutes to get back to Grimhex.
Quantum drive is now off.
They make another specialized ship to slow down other ships. I don't know, my impression is what CIG will do is they'll make tractor beams capable of slowing ships down. Because once you've disabled a ship, it's just, technically it'll just maintain its momentum forever. That's the way it's supposed to go, but it doesn't. We got magic space friction that slows it down. But the tractor beams themselves, from my understanding, will be the way that CIG wants ships to slow down. My only problem with all of this is like, and this is a concern that I've always had when it comes to like doing piracy ops, is the amount of equipment you need to do piracy is ever increasing. You know, like during 3.14 we needed 3 warlocks. Just so that we'd have enough EMP suppression going to keep ships shut down long enough for us to be able to board them. Or you can dock with it and slow it down. I know a long time ago Chris Roberts said that he didn't want ships like docking together and moving together, but it might be, they might change. I'm hoping that like we can do those types of ship boardings on the move, like even just being able to maintain momentum with the ship and, you know, go EVA across. I do know that in some of the Star Citizen lore, the Tavaran, when they would do their commando ship boardings, they would actually have like these specialized jetpacks, and they would have mag boots as well. Their suits would have mag boots, but they'd have these specialized jetpacks that they'd essentially hold onto and use to do boarding insertions on the ships. And these things were like capable of you know, traveling tens of kilometers, so they'd never see it coming because it was like a tiny signature. We'd need no cargo in the back, that's a problem. You'd have to make sure it's empty. Pancake, yeah. Like, I hope we get them. It kind of makes sense that we get them. Like the Dragonflies also, you know, could be used for that too. Catch you later, King. Thanks for dropping by, mate. But yeah, when it comes to like doing boarding actions and stuff like that, the amount of kit that we need to bring with us is ridiculous now. Like, we've been able to drop an EMP ship because of direct distortion weapons having a lot more of an effect now, which is great. But because of desync and, you know, the poor state that that's in, we're bringing 2 QED ships with us just to be able to handle the potential desync situation where, you know, the QED ship is out of, like, looks like it's in range, but it's actually not. But there is acceleration, Baron. So if they manage to accelerate their engines, which if they're disabled you don't really need to worry about, but if they do accelerate it will throw you around. Especially if you got mag boots on, because your pivot point is your feet. But, you know, like, it's looking like if we do have to use tractor beams to slow ships down, like the Cutlass Blue at the moment is like a QED ship boarding ship, fire support, distortion suppression. If, you know, tractor beams, the way that we slow down ships, we'll probably slap the tractor beams on that thing as well. Like, that's 5 things that one ship's going to do. And then you got our EMP ships, which we try and keep, you know, trying to push towards the direction of going more lethal with, just so that they're able to help fighters if we need them to. And then, you know, counter-fighter escorts. Obviously, just use the meta fighters or whatever it is at the time. I'm honestly thinking about bringing an Inferno, correction, not an Inferno, an Ion in, and using an Ion for our configuration. Probably next patch when it goes, when you're able to buy it in game. Normally CIG sets it up so that for one patch for a ship's release you can't buy it in game, then the subsequent patch you can. But these bend both ways, right? Yeah, yeah. I've seen it before. It doesn't look pleasant. But yeah, it's just like more ships are required just to take down these larger ones. And the main reason why we'd be bringing an Ion is just so that we have the ability to punch through the shields faster. For fuck's sake. What do we do? How do you combat that? We're in quantum travel. Did I get too close to the sun or something?
Hello and welcome.
New quantum torpedoes.
In a Klesher rehabilitation facility for violation of local law.
Chris Roberts is not happy that I didn't spend as much money as what I should have at the sales. So he was waiting and he hit the delete button on my ship.
Ready to take the next step on the road to rehabilitation?
Oh, for fuck's sake. This game, 5 hours, wow. The worst part is like, I'm in quantum travel. I wasn't in comma ray range or anything. Yeah. Well, it's for shooting and killing security forces. Alright, do we have missions here? No, we don't. This server sucks.
Remember, delivering
You heard the Odyssey. It's got that anti-explosion tech in it because it's able to refine its own quantanium. I'm just gonna buy a Warbond Odyssey and I'll be fine. I'll just use that.
Here's a friendly reminder to leave all materials found during mining expeditions outside the living area.
Alright. Well, I don't have the missions here. Normally if the missions aren't here, depositing in the terminals doesn't work either. Actual bullet points. Did you guys see that, what was it, the video of somebody was at IAE for Drake and they were just in the expo hall and the Cutlass Black just randomly exploded in the hall. Was it a blue? I thought it was a black. Yeah, it just blew up. I'm just sitting there going, so what, there's terrorist attacks now in Star Citizen? Xenothreats bloody attacking Drake Day? while I knew someone selling merits? Nah. Pretty much, I'm just gonna try and get some merits and send it to an alt later. I'm doing this as a test, actually. Well, that's a benefit of the Odyssey, right? Because it's like a space station that you fly. And no recollection of how they got there. Of course it happened as well after I got in that armor. Oh god. $4. That's premeditation. You were planning that well in advance,
Here's
Oriel.
a friendly reminder to leave all materials found during mining expeditions outside the living area. These might contain contaminants that may be harmful
Alright,
to
let's
other inmates.
do some tests. We'll bounce servers. So, alright, I got 9 Aphorite here. I'm gonna change server regions. Alright, we'll see how we go with this next one. I found that you just got to get onto a good server. So normally if you don't see the missions there, server's balked. You can't deposit minerals or anything. So you're better off just leaving, or if you plan on escaping, just escape. But yeah, like a little bit frustrating. This is actually reminiscent of a bug that we had years ago back in the baby PU where ships would just randomly explode. What they found was like, for somehow a like flashlight would spawn in ships and it would just vibrate inside the ship, doing one little bit of damage over and over again. One hit point of damage over and over again until the ship blew up.
Hello and welcome. You have been placed in a cluster rehabilitation facility for violation of local law.
Oh, we've walked here too. But yeah, I think CIG has actually set the servers up so that they're all set to low population settings, so you don't normally get more than a certain amount of people joining a server unless parties join servers. And I think part of it is because of performance, but the other part is to try and encourage new players and experienced players who are grouped up to mingle more. At least I'd like to think that. snowing, is it?
Hello and welcome. You have been placed in a cluster rehabilitation facility for violation of local law.
Together, we can turn your wrongs into a whole lot of right.
Ah, give me missions. November. Oh. Well, it's almost December. You know, you're at the end of November. Sorry. No, sorry. Good luck going through the snow, mate. Oh man. So one of the things that I've been considering getting is going dual joystick. Yeah, it won't be happening anytime soon, but the old T16000M that I've got in the TWS throttle, not really cutting it for combat. One of the directions on the hat switch on the T16000 is not working anymore. Probably fix it. Might just need a clean. Or it could just, you know, end up being a faulty switch, in which case might be able to change it out. Twist access on the joystick doesn't work, but I don't really use twist anyway.
Placed in a cluster rehabilitation facility for violation of local law.
For me, throttle feels natural but the problem is that CIG changed the flight controls a while ago and moved you know, movement away from being a throttle based action to a strafe based action. So moving forward is actually just strafing forward. With a throttle, there's a problem with that. I haven't been able to find a setting yet where it actually pays attention to your throttle always reading at 100%. Holy shit! Got a mission! 15,000! There's somebody else here doing it. You want dual stick too?
Think about how you can make amends for all the wrongs you've done. Any negative can become a positive with a little bit of work.
Stick and keyboard. Yeah, I used to play stick and keyboard as well. I had a Razer Nostromo. I still got it. I just don't use it. Used to use it all the time, especially when I was playing Guild Wars 2. The thing was phenomenal for Guild Wars 2 because everything was at your fingertips. And movement was controlled with your thumb, so you know, instead of using 3 fingers to do, you know, different actions and moving in different directions, you could just use your thumb. But I preferred the movement of throttle until CIG changed, you know, moving forward to be a strafe movement. And the problem that I have with that is that occasionally I'll be at like 100% throttle, but because it's considered a strafe and it's not a constant input, when I'm making turns, sometimes it'll essentially go, well, there's no strafe movement pushing the ship forward, so stop the ship. So you'd be slowing down in a turn, and then you'd hit 0, and then you'd stop moving forward. Purple? Yeah, I can't really justify the price that they're charging. Like, at the end of the day, like, they charge in euro, and that's ridiculously high for Australian dollars for how much they're charging. Like, I understand they're high quality, but couldn't justify spending that much on it. Not now, anyway. But I was thinking of getting VKB, primarily because they've got a supplier in Australia. So, but this is still going to be a few months before I go down that path. There's other financial commitments that I have to meet. But yeah, like when it comes to dual stick, I've just noticed that a lot of the pilots have better control over their ships. I've tried dual stick in the past and I just don't think I gave it a good enough go. The other problem was like I didn't have very good sticks. Don't plan on dogfighting too much, yeah. Thing is that I want to be better at dogfighting. And it's not that dual stick makes you a better dogfighter, it's that it gives you better control over the ship, in my opinion. Like, all pilots that I've seen when they're flying dual joystick, like, they just have better control over the ship. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you just gotta practice a lot with the controls. I find people who are running dual joystick have an easier time as well. So I figured I'd give it a go myself. So I'll probably end up going for the gladiators. VKB gladiators. Six more tunnels to go. Ah. Like I'm gonna let this character pretty much stay in prison the whole time. I'm literally doing this as just something to do before the end of the stream. I actually should be finishing it now. I'll finish this run. There might actually be somebody else doing these. I find that doing like most flight maneuvers with HOTAS works out. It's just there's just distance control just doesn't work that well. Unless you do funky setups with your HOTAS where you treat the 50% position of your throttle as 0. And then if you go full back on your throttle, it's considered back strafe, and if you push forward on your throttle, it's considered going forward. There are 3D detents that you can print out and put onto your throttle, but to be honest, I'm really not that keen on doing that just yet. But one of the things that I'm going to have to like work out, and I'll probably I'm going to have a chat with some people about it, is twist on those joysticks, because I've always found whenever I've been flying, like my wrist will naturally twist with movement, and I end up doing unintentional micro movements that I don't want to do. So like normally twisters roll, and if I have twist set on, I'll start rolling when I'm just doing basic maneuvers when I just want to turn left. Well, not only turn left, I'll also start rolling because my wrist also slightly twists.
Due to your recent actions, we've reduced time on your sentence. Isn't that great?
It's a good place to hunt for rock miners. Aberdeen and Ariel. We've actually found more rock miners on Aberdeen, but that said, like, we've only found like 2 or 3 of them. Alright, I'll probably end up getting those then. I kind of need that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, not many people are doing rock mining because, like, the majority of the content creators are going, it's not profitable enough, and no, it's broken, and all this. It's nowhere near as profitable as it was when it first came out. But you know, you can make credits off of it. You can just chill out and, you know, do a bit of rock mining. If you're not really concerned about making lots of credits, you can do that. Alright, let's see if we can crack out another one. We'll make this one the last one. That's a player. That's a player right there. $5,000, nice and quick. I think even CIG's trying to get me to log out. See, the thing though, like, the problem with piracy is that we rely on other professions being profitable. And the majority of the player base really aren't interested in doing like one specific thing in Star Citizen. They're like, you know, a lot of them are just playing it to try it out. Some of them will have goals to try ships out, and they'll just go for the most the thing that allows them to make the most amount of money, you know, as quickly as possible. And, you know, PvE bounties are the best way of doing it. Like, hands down. No risk, no effort. You got a combat ship, you know, you can work your way up. Well, yeah, a lot of people will push towards mining. Some of them will attempt trade, but then they'll be like, yeah, this is broken. Like, the supply just can't keep up with demand. And what you're looking at is having to trade lower tier commodities where you're not making anywhere near as much. But still something. Yeah, that's just it. Like, you can start small for those bounty missions, and then as, you know, like, you do more of them, you'll eventually make enough money to rent a better combat ship. And if you have a friend, they can lend you a better ship. You know, pretty much gravy at that point.
Due to your recent actions, we've reduced time on your sentence. Isn't that great? Congratulations. You have completed your required sentence in our facility. We at Klesher Rehabilitation are extremely proud to have played a role in your rehabilitation and hope that you use this time to better yourself as a human and as a member of civilized society.
I think it's time to call it for the night. Let's go to face cam. Short stream tonight, guys. Got work to get up for in the morning. Going back to working for someone else. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Let's do something here first.
Don't worry, you will make a full recovery. We hope that this
Just sending my merits off.
We can turn your wrongs into a whole lot of right.
Alright, and I'm out of game. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Can't really say what I'm going to be streaming next because I actually don't know. It's all going to be dependent on my work roster. With my new job that I'm starting, the thing about the job is that it's shift work, where I could be working either mornings or afternoons / nights. So some of my streams may end up being a lot later at night for me. So I'll probably most likely I'll get home from work, start a stream, and then go from there. So maybe seeing a lot less of me because there's more afternoon shifts than morning shifts, but we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, thank you for coming along, guys, and watching me just play Star Citizen. You all got to see the character explode, but you know, it happens. Game's alpha, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Alright, can't say when my next stream is going to be, so keep an eye on Twitter, and if you're on Guilded, keep an eye on the Mongrel Squad Streamers channel, and I'll catch you all later.